Hello. I figured I'd make another video, tell you what's going on down here in the south. It's cold. This is the coldest winter that I can remember in quite some time. We actually had snow a couple of weeks back. That's the first time we've had snow to settle on the ground anyhow, since 1989, so that should tell you about how cold it's been here. I know it hasn't been as cold as it gets up north, but it's been in the, actually tonight I think it's supposed to get down to 22, and for us people down here that is cold. And the coldest I've ever seen it was 3 degrees down here, and I was in high school at that time. But they shut the schools down twice down here now, and I actually had 2 or 3 wrecks when it snowed, ice on the road, and these people down here, well, us people, we don't know how to drive and that kind of stuff. We don't even never use salt on the roads, and me and my wife had have a little place down in Florida, on the Panhandle, and it's actually getting colder down there than it's getting here, about 1 or 2 degrees, because it's right there at the water, and the wind coming off of that water is, ooh, it's so cold. But that's about it. Other than my daughter turned 28 years old, excuse me. 28 years old yesterday. And I just want to let you guys know, if you have children, if they are still children, enjoy them while you can. Yes, she turned 28 years old. We took her out to a Mexican restaurant. She didn't want anything real big. Actually, her birthday present, she just wanted us to buy her car tag. So we did. That's all she asked of us, and that's what we gave her. But other than being cold and birthdays, that's about it. Had a really nice Christmas. My son come home from California, and you know, like I was saying about children, if you have your children, if you still have children and they are children, enjoy them while you can. Enjoy every minute that you have with them, because it's not going to be long and you're going to look back and they're going to be grown. They're going to be graduated school, going to college, and you're going to wonder where in the world did the years go. I mean, it seemed just like yesterday she was running around here and my son was running around here at the house, you know, just tots. Good gracious, where did the years go? But they are precious. Your children are always precious in your eyes. And like I said, we took her out to a Mexican restaurant last night, and my wife just told the people there that it was her birthday. Didn't ask them to come around, but the next thing we know, they come around there and put a big sombrero on her head, and they sang, I guess it was their happy birthday song in Spanish. Couldn't understand the word they were saying, but she had a smile. She was embarrassed, but she had a smile from ear to ear. And my dad, he's an old Marine and just got new hearing aids, and they were really working for him. And he had to pull his hearing aids out because they were singing so loud. But this little thing in my chest, if you've been keeping up with that, I don't know. I don't know what this, I don't know if it was the last setting that my doctor put it on or what, but I've had a lot of seizures that I've lost awareness from, and I wouldn't even know that I had lost awareness. But the thing is when I come out of that type of seizure, it doesn't last long. But when I come out of them, I'm not confused anymore like I used to be, but I'm having more of them. If I miss a dosage of my medicine, I can bank. I grade my seizures from A, B, and C. A is just an aura. B is when I have auras back to back, and sometimes that can go on for 10-15 minutes, and they are extremely irritating. Extremely. And then the C is where I lose awareness, and I'll tell you, I've had more C's in the last, I guess, 3 or 4 months than I've had in probably the last 2 or 3 years. Last time I went down there to Gainesville, she put it at another setting, but still, I don't know if it's done something. I don't know what it has done. I'm not a doctor, not a neurologist, but it's aggravating. I mean, if I miss a dosage, I've got to sit right here because I know at any time I can have a seizure where I lose awareness. So I just sit here in the house and for at least a couple of days until that dosage has gotten back in me well and I've built back up. This thing, I don't know what it's doing for me. I really can't. It hasn't decreased the seizures as far as A's are concerned. I started keeping up with the type of seizures and the amount that I'm having per day each, and what I'll do is I'll write down what time it happened and what grade of seizure it was. Another thing, my son, when he come home, he got us an Amazon Fire Stick. I'd heard of this thing. I had an Apple TV, but it was like the first generation of Apple TV. I got it several years back. My brother actually bought it for me for Christmas. And this thing, I like it better than the Apple TV. No, I can't mirror my iPhone to it, but still, I've got Kodi on it with Exodus and C-Cloud. And C-Cloud, you can watch some live television on some channels, and we don't watch a whole lot of television, so I've had my cable turned off. I don't need cable anymore. It wasn't but like, I don't know, probably 3, maybe including ESPN when college football season is in, maybe 4 channels that I actually watch, at the top 5. But on Exodus, I can get anything that I was getting on the 5th on, I can't remember what channel it was. It was the older episodes of older television series, and which aren't on anymore. And I can get those on Exodus, and I really like the thing. I really do. And I got a Ethernet cable to Ethernet adapter to go onto it. Went here on YouTube, and the guy showed how to hook it up, which it didn't take probably 30 seconds to hook it up. It's extremely easy. So if you have a Fire Stick and you're having a lot of buffering and pausing and stuff like that, I advise you to get an Ethernet cable. You may have to up the speed of your internet. We get 50 milligrams per second I think it's milligrams, megabytes, whatever it is, um, MPS anyhow. But that's the Fire Stick, and as I said, it's going to save us $91 a month. So I'm happy about that. Need that money to help pay doctor bills. I'm loaded with them. And maybe one day, like I say, me and my wife, we want to get us an RV and maybe a fifth wheel, and maybe that'll help out with that. And things that are going on in the country, I'd like to speak on that a minute. You know, we had that missile alarm in Hawaii here a little bit back. People scrambling to fallout shelters. I'll be honest with you, if a nuclear warhead was to hit California, I don't believe those fallout shelters would help those people. Might make them feel a little secure while they're in the fallout shelter, but those, if it hit, I don't think there would be an Hawaii island anymore. Not any of them. You know, the president, he sounds a little crazy, but you know, sometimes you need crazy to straighten stuff up. I think, anyhow. I mean, we've had so many politicians in there, and the last one we had was just a community organizer. He didn't know what squad he was doing, but for 8 years he pretended like he did, and he had a lot of people fooled. That's my opinion. You may not have the same opinion of him. You may have really liked him. I know my brother and my cousin really liked him, but I can see the economy and everything really straightening out since the president has taken restrictions off of companies, and I'm really hoping that businesses and factories will open back up here in the country. We are still the largest manufacturing company in the world, China being second, but from what I've read, in 10 years, if something isn't done, China will overtake us as the largest manufacturing country in the world. I don't know. You know, Ford and I think GM done it too. Went down to Mexico, and the president, you know, he's a debater because he's a bargainer. He's a businessman, and I think, you know, when you talk about the economy and things like that, people and jobs, you need a businessman. You need a businessman who knows how to deal with people and bargain for jobs. You know, and our relationship with Israel, I'm glad the president proclaimed Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and wanted to put the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem. I'm glad of that. That's the Bible being foretold. Your opinion may be different from mine, and you're completely free to have your own opinion. And you know, the president has been called, President Trump, he's been called racist so many times, but the man has been honored by so many colored people and people of both parties throughout his life. He's given donations to companies from both organizations on both parties, and he's never been called a racist until he ran as a Republican and talked about building the wall. Well, you know, just about every president we've had since, I guess, I don't know, Ronald Reagan, I don't know, Jimmy Carter maybe. I know that Bill Clinton and President Obama, I know that they stood up there and said that something big has to be done about the migrant Mexicans coming across the border and need better security and so on and so forth. And then when President Trump starts talking about it, he's automatically racist. Then they call him crazy and so forth. Well, you know, the man had all the mainstream media against him. They're still against him, fighting him tooth and toenail. And yet he's been able to do more in his first year than, in some areas, more than any other president in history. More than Ronald Reagan. He really brought this country back as far as the economy and stuff. And jobs, he's really brought this country back. Now, I know Barack Obama, I know he likes to take credit for it, but everybody likes to take credit for crap that they didn't do. For 8 years, he didn't do squat. He put restrictions on companies. Think about it. If you have a company, you own a business, and they start putting restrictions on you, you're not going to hire people because you can't make as much money. Well, when you lift the restrictions, then your company can grow. You don't start a business to stay poor. You start a business to either get rich or step up into the higher part of the middle class. Let's just put it that way. I know out in California, if you're if you have $1 million out in California, you still aren't real rich. You're just in the higher of the middle class because of the fact that things are so expensive out there. I know just renting an apartment, like a 1-bedroom apartment in the San Francisco Bay Area, is like anywhere from $1,600 to $1,900 a month. I couldn't even imagine that. Here where I live, $1,600 a month, you could buy a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house here. Buy, not rent. Buy. And your payments would be below $1,600 a month. And I'm talking about a house sitting on about 2 or 3 acres. Not no little spot with just the house, just big enough to set the house on. Maybe even 5 or 6 acres. But I guess they're doing that to try to keep people from moving out there because there's so many people in California. I know my brother, he lives out there, and he wants to leave just as soon as possible, but he owns his own business out there, and he wants to retire, and then he's going to move. I think he's going to move to Montana. Either Colorado or Montana. I can't remember right now. I don't talk to him a whole lot. I don't talk to him as much as I should anyhow. But that's what's been going on with me and what's been going on down here. Cold, it's real cold. Like I say, it's supposed to get down to 22 tonight. We don't get out in that kind of weather. We drink a lot of coffee in that kind of weather. And wrap up. Put wood in the fireplace and make sure the pipes are wrapped up so they don't freeze. But that's like I say, that's what's been going on down here. Nothing else. It ain't been a whole lot. I'll let you go, and I got to go to Gainesville, back down to Shands next month, and they're gonna put this thing on a new setting. I don't know if they're gonna put it on another setting or if they're just increase the strength of it. So I can't say right now. So I'll let you know in my next video what they do. But you guys take care, and I'll tell you what they do in my next video. Thanks for watching.